Hello and welcome to the broadcast with Amanda, Shandy, and Colleen. My name is Colleen.
My name is Amanda.
And I'm Shandy.
Welcome to the show, everybody. This is season 9, episode 45, episode 405. But most importantly, it is our 9th birthday.
Yes. I said that to Frank earlier, and he was like, I thought you said it was the 10th.
No, we're starting our 10th season next year.
You never completely cut
no,
out.
But, well, and he was like, yeah, kind of wouldn't be a show without Robot Shandy. But yeah, he was like,
he was like, I thought you said it was
the. It's like I thought it was your 10th birthday, and I was like, I mean, literally, like this every year. This is always the question.
Yep.
We are ending our 9th season. It's been 9 years.
Yes.
And season 10 starts next week. So, right?
Correct.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Okay, there we go. We go. Anyway, I am wearing with a very big control top spandex shorts because I am definitely 16 pounds heavier than when we bought this shirt from our first season, the I'm With Hers tank top.
So good.
Yeah. I wore it this morning to work out.
Oh, no way.
Nice.
I love that.
You did. Mine does not look as good as yours. Mine is very faded. I think too many rounds in the washer dryer combo unit has destroyed it.
I stopped putting it. I started washing it with the delicate cycle.
Oh, we wash everything with the delicate cycle.
Okay, I don't. I do normal for most things, but with the cool setting for the temperature, because that's what my pediatrician told me to do. She was like, if you're using soap, you don't need to do like hot or warm unless there's like poop in it. And I was like, well, you never know.
Yeah, and air drying.
Oh, Judy, Judy's here. I was just gonna message you on Instagram, Judy, because I don't think that you're on Facebook. I'm so glad because it's open in my tab right now. Greg, I'm happy to see you too. Okay, sorry. I got very excited when I saw Judy. I was like, yes, I can close this tab, which I'm gonna do right now. Okay, there we go. Okay, sorry. Yes, everything. Poop, underwear. I mean, no, that's my case. Not me, but shirt, laundry.
Sorry. My tank top is probably still pretty intact. It hasn't been washed for a while because I haven't worn it for a really long time. Because
I haven't fit.
It would be real tight at this point.
Yeah, it's like been 2 or 3 years, but I was wearing it actively until then.
For like at home,
you know what?
Maybe.
I talked to Jacob. I talked to Jacob a couple weeks ago. He's gonna make us a 10th birthday logo.
Love it.
Like we had the I'm With Hers Broad's 5th anniversary. Yes. And I'll send you guys new shirts.
Great. New decade, new shirt. I like it.
New decade, new shirt. Exactly. Anyway, yes. Good times. So that's what I was doing. And then Shandy, you were talking about my earrings before we started. So
yes. Love your stars.
Okay. So there is the Glatfelters, we like to go to the little like sidewalk festivals and fairs that they have in Raleigh, and they have them like every weekend. And whenever we do, I'm always like obsessed with looking at like the earrings, because I have my set necklace that has like, our initials in it. And I have the bracelets that I wear. But I love like, I love earrings that people craft. And there was one, so we went to Father's Day, went to breakfast on Father's Day. And then there was another one in like Moore Square in Raleigh. And there was this woman there, and she was selling these earrings, and I couldn't decide what to get. And like, I don't know. I love these, even though I was like, Jay was like, I like these the best. And I was like, I like these too, but I have nothing that will match them. And since Sunday, now 3 days, I've worn them all 3 days, and I found things to match them with. So apparently, yeah.
What is the pattern like in the center? It's like, I feel like the webcam is not doing them justice.
It's not. So it's all sparkly. I don't know if you can see that. It's all sparkly, like
kind of iridescent.
Yes. It's almost as though there are galaxies in this star. The galaxy is on Colleen's ears.
Are they gold or silver?
It's no, it's obviously like, fake plated gold, and then like it's a deep green base with just sparkles inside of it. But
green is basically a neutral. Goes with everything.
yeah, I didn't think it did, because there were also earrings there that were like a lot of pink ones and purple ones, and that's what most of my clothes are. But I'm glad I got these, because they're right. They are more neutral than I thought, as I've been wearing them with things. And also they're ginormous and they're fun. So
are they heavy? They look like they could be heavy.
No, they're not that heavy. Nice. I think it's like a resin material.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. So I'm following this girl's store on Etsy now. And yeah. So good times. That's awesome. I do enjoy good street fare, and I like supporting the locals. Anyway, how's it going, guys? I want to say what's up, but I know the answer is literally fucking everything, because since we recorded last, the entire world has imploded.
Oh my God. It's just every day a new horror awaits us.
17,000 new horror. No, literally like multiple new horrors. Ooh, I can't say that word with my accent. It makes me feel bad. Like a billion new ones every day, every week, every day, every minute. Yeah, like just today.
Hurtling towards World War III. It's great.
Which, hashtag the president of no new wars.
Yeah.
Right.
All wars will end on day one.
The amount of people on Twitter that I've seen that are like, well, we didn't know what Kamala stood for. And I'm like, motherfuckers. It just like with Hillary, like it was all out there.
You just didn't do any homework then. You could have found the answers you were seeking.
They didn't want to. You didn't want to.
Yeah.
And you did know what Trump stood for, so
and that's exactly it. So many people forgot, but we talked about this, like the amount of young people, because it was younger people that just couldn't vote in 2016 because they were like 12 years old or whatever. Like they fucked us.
Yep.
And I say that because the amount of, because we give boomers a hard time, but the amount of older people that I have seen, like evidence of them, and please in the chat let me know, like the amount of older people I have seen that have shown up. It is inspiring, because I think those are the people that are like,
that's what Saturday was.
Okay,
I don't know
yes, let's talk about Saturday. Please, let's talk about Saturday.
Before we give the older generation their flowers, can I just posit that maybe we're the best generation?
We are. It's the millennials. and the debate.
We've certainly been through a lot.
We're the ones that are showing up the most. And I think it's funny. There's been this whole discourse, and I don't know if you've seen this online this week, where like there's that sign where the woman was like, "If Kamala was president, we'd be at brunch." And like it's now become a leftist. I know it's, and I was like, yeah, we would be, but it's become now like a leftist versus a liberal thing, and the lines are clearly drawn. And I think I identify with the liberals more than leftists, because the leftists are now the ones that are like the movements that are the Bernie movements. They're like, we hate Democrats. We don't want to vote for them. We're going to spend all our time shitting on them and then going to vote for Jill Stein. And that's kind of what it has now broken down into. But, they've been online like being like white liberal women they just care about going to brunch. They don't care about the fact that there were deportations before then. And it's like, motherfucker, there wasn't fascism before then. Like people could care about deportations, but also not like troops in our street. Like, it's almost like they're like the Catholics of fucking politics, where they have to be aggrieved about something. Like they're just the other side of MAGA. And it's just been crazy to see the divide. And I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm with the liberals. Like, you guys need to you need people to show up, because
stop eating your own, man.
Right. If people don't want to show up, we are fucking dead.
Yep. Right. We're on the same team.
Exactly. But yes, Shandy, you went to a protest in Monterey, right?
I think you froze.
Yeah. It was great.
Cool.
I don't know why. It's like, doesn't matter where I live, what I do, I always have the shittiest internet. Am I just cheap? Am I just always getting the cheapest shit? But like, it should work.
Are you familiar
am I
with
back enough to talk?
You are.
Here
Are you
we go.
familiar with Nickernet? Which was whenever Nick is at home in Tennessee, the Nickernet is horrific, and it was a big joke for a long time on the Ramblecast After Dark. Anyway,
But mine is
don't
like, it's not a. It was the same in whether I'm in Monterey or California. It always sucks.
Tell us about the
It was
project.
good.
Here now.
It was good though. Like, it was good. Like, I really like. I love this whole like reclaiming the flag thing.
I do too.
There were so many American flags, and yeah. And as somebody who, like, my first political rally march that I ever participated in was, against the impending war after 9/11. The flag hasn't really always been like something that I would ever wave around. Feels fascist. I've always thought that. So it's like, that's kind of always been like a kind of ick spot for me. But like, I'm getting into this, like, reclaiming it. Because you shouldn't be able to use it if you support authoritarianism. So, but it was really cool too, because, okay, so first of all, from a purely like PR point of view, a bunch of people carrying around American flags, like in a peaceful, joyful gathering, it's much more difficult to, like paint them as like the bad guys, for one thing. Older folks, yeah. I don't know if it's just Monterey where like the average age skews older, but there were a lot of older folks. They definitely showed up. Loved that. There was this dude who came. So afterwards, like, from when I went and had a drink at a brewery nearby afterwards, and we're sitting at the bar, and this guy comes in and he's wearing like a veteran hat, and he had his little American flag. He's like this older gentleman. I think he said he was 72. So we of course ended up chatting a ton with him. Anyway, we walked in and he's like, I think he like had a motorcycle, so he like also had like the jacket and everything. He walks in, older, white, like, married. Like, under other circumstances, you would have maybe thought he leaned a different way. But it was like, I knew that he had just been at the march. Like, that's what that flag told me. And we ended up and like, anyway, he was like a really cool dude. But yeah, it was fun. It was good. It like, makes your soul feel a little bit better.
Yeah. There's this amazing, just like with the April 4th marches, there's this amazing video of people coming, like, elderly people coming out of a like a senior living facility. And they have somebody's kid or somebody younger videoing for them, because like the first lady that comes out is like, "Is it on?" with her walker, and then somebody's voice that sounds younger is like, "Yep, you're recording," and then they all just come out with their flags and their signs, and it's amazing. And I'm like, and I that was the very first video I saw watching on Saturday, because we actually had a previous commitment that day, and I did not know how it was at 2, and I didn't know how I knew the protest started at 11 here, but like it involved my children, it involved Zachary, and I was concerned about whatever it would be. So we kind of stayed home, but we kept everything, whatever. But next time there's a protest, as long as there's no conflicts, Zach and I are going to go.
I love that.
Nice.
Yeah. Because he was watching the stuff with me too. But but as far as what we're talking about, old people with the flag and stuff, like there is sort of like when you're watching these things, there are people that are at the protest, like it just teaches you not to stereotype, because you're like, oh wow, like I would never have guessed that this person would have bid at something like this. And yeah, maybe this person doesn't feel the same way that I feel about, student loans, but we need these people because right now we're all fighting against our country, like losing our country. Yep. And it's kind of cool the way that people can come out and come together, even if we're not all on the same side in general.
Right. Because really at the end of the day, like that's what democracy should be, right? That like we all come together for the betterment of our shared society. Like we've all bought into this contract. And so like we should all work together, work through our differences to make it as best as it possibly can be.
Let me go real quick to the chat. Greg says war is coming. Yeah, we'll talk about it in a second. Judy says so hard to keep up with what's going on right now. This isn't what he promised. Yeah, yes, it is. And that's the thing is like, yeah, he said he was going to do all this stuff.
Which she like put in quotes for those listening at home.
Right. The uncommitted movement was like sending letters to Donald Trump and posting them on social media. Like, we're the ones that changed the election and swung it towards you. And if you go to war with Iran, we will mobilize against you. And it's like, motherfuckers, what are you going to do? Like, what are you going to do now? The point to mobilize against him was a forehead.
Yeah, too late.
And I get it. Like, I get whatever, but also at the same time, it's not seeing the forest for the trees. And the time to see the fucking trees was in November.
Right. You don't give up.
Greg says, I think some of the older folk have finally hit their limit with the MAGA agenda. One of my college Bible professors has gone full on anti-Trump and even went to a No Kings protest. Amazing. He constantly gets shit on Facebook from his friends who think he's lost it. Good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think thinking you've lost it because you're speaking out about the atrocities.
I mean, truly, it is like, but it really is like the upside down. It's like looking through the looking glass.
And you have to remember though, is that, and like, I can attest to this, is on the 14th, Fox News did not cover the protests. All they did. So I think maybe you've all seen the clips online that it was like an ABC reporter and another reporter. I don't know if it was ABC or whatever, but like they were just normal reporting. And suddenly like the cops start firing on the crowd. And like, so that was one clip. And the other clip had like, they were starting to fire like their way. Oh, no. Okay. One, he was firing the crowd. The other one was, they were firing, and I think the reporter like turned in like whatever and like knocked into a cop or whatever, but they were like, you put your hands on us, and they were trying to arrest him live on TV, and he was like, this is live on television. I did not hit you. I did not touch you on purpose. Like, this is live on television, and you can watch the entire thing go down. But like those are the things that Fox News, I get my entire family watches Fox News, so I can tell you this for certain. That's what they saw. They have no idea that 5 million people at minimum marched against Trump. They have no idea that they were overwhelmingly peaceful. To them, they're seeing what's going on and they're thinking that it's like, Seattle on fire during the George Floyd protest. Like, that's what they're being shown. And it's atrocious. Like, I know that's what they're being shown because I'm seeing what like cousins and people are like putting on Instagram, like sharing to their stories or whatever. Like, it's fucking wild. And it is like with the assassination, they assassinated somebody in Minnesota and they're all out there being like two people. And they attempted the other one and that whole story. And I know Greg knows this too, but like
40 person hit.
Have you seen like the timeline for that? So the Tom Hoffman guy, he was like the first house, and the wife threw herself over her like 20-something-year-old daughter to protect her. So she was on hit. So after the guy left, she was the one that called 911. She called 911 and they did wellness checks on 3 other people that lived local to the area. One of them was on vacation. The other one, they encountered the suspect at the house, thought it was another police officer that had responded before them, and were like, all right, whatever. And then the last one was
officer.
What? Yeah, because he was posing as a police officer. And then the last one was the woman who got killed. And that there's like so many mixed stories. It's like because I had seen something that said they were shot in bed, and I was like, oh, that's so dramatic. They weren't shot in bed. But then like you hear the timeline story officially that they caught him outside the house. They exchanged gunfire. He went into the house and then murdered them and left. Which would attest to like that's why they were killed in bed or whatever. Because the whole thing, as Judy said, the misinformation is crazy on all sides. But whatever it is reminding me that don't forget the FBI under Trump has been told to stop monitoring people that are suspected of domestic terrorism. Like, so all of this stuff could have been avoided, but they don't care because as long as it's against Democrats, they don't care. It's only a mental health issue when it's a Republican committing it. But even then, they're just going to just go all out. It's crazy and horrific and terrible.
Well, they first said it was a Democratic voter.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
That was their first misinformation. Lie. Right. Mm-hmm. It's just crazy. And so it's like they're ready to like, speak against certain aspects of it when they're lying about who the actual person was and what his motivations were. But then once they find out that it's one of their own, then like, oh no, then the story changes, and we're not gonna even call Tim Walz and see if he's okay. Like that's
which also
if
Joe Biden
part though,
if Joe Biden didn't call let's say somebody got shot in Florida. Oh, that's right. Florida had a hurricane. Joe Biden fucking went down there, and little Ronnie Big Boots went and helped him. I'm like, Trump won't even do that. And everybody is just like, he tells it how it is. And it's like, what? He doesn't even know where the fuck he is. He fell asleep at his own birthday parade, and he fucking fell asleep after he was rambling at the G7 about how did you see his thing at the G7 where he was rambling and Mark Carney, the Canadian Prime Minister, shut him off? He was rambling about Biden and Democrats being bad and Obama this and that. And like Mark Carney, and he was talking about how Putin is misunderstood and the real hero here, blah, 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 paraphrasing. And like Mark Carney was just like, okay, we're ignoring you now. And it's so embarrassing. Yes. Yeah. And as Greg points out, when Biden was hit by glass in Butler, when his ear miraculously grew back, Biden called to check on him. And even then, Trump said, remember he said in some interview, he was like, yeah, Biden's a decent guy. He called to check on me. And he was like, even admitting like, I'm only mean to him because he's my competitor. Like, it's like everybody is fucking stupid.
Well, he is the sun which all the rest of us planets circle around. Yes. So,
and when they wouldn't,
the sheer act of Biden calling is like, oh yeah, he's a good guy. He took care. He was nice to me.
Yeah, and then when he wouldn't, they wouldn't revolve around him at the G7. He had to make up a fucking situation room crisis and go back and get played. And here we are. Greg says, I'm going to use my privilege as chair member to wrap this up. Yeah.
Oh my God, is that what he said?
You guys have to, it's so, I watched it yesterday, so like, forgive, I haven't rewatched it beyond the first time, so please forgive me if I'm I'm very brazenly paraphrasing, but that's the gist of it, where he was just like, okay. We're done with you, Donald.
I did see a video with Macron and whoever the leader of Italy, her name is escaping me, but you could see they were like whispering, and like she gives this massive beautiful eye roll, and it's like, gee, I wonder who they're talking about.
Yeah, and it's clearly obvious because they're like, that guy. It's so obvious. And I'm like, God damn it, she's a fucking right fascist herself, right? Like she's pretty conservative, and I'm just like, yeah, team you.
Even she knows too far.
Anyway, Judy says he went to play golf instead of receiving dead service people. That's right. That was in the first administration.
Yep.
Yeah, right. Also paraphrasing. Anyway, Amanda, I see
Mm.
this leads us into today's news, which will be super old news by the time I release this on hopefully Friday. You are wearing a I voted early sticker.
Sure am. Sure am. Because we went to vote this morning.
And one of the candidates that you raked on your list, what happened to him today?
Oh, just your run-of-the-mill elected official getting arrested by ICE in a
Every
courthouse.
fucking day now.
In a courthouse that he volunteers in weekly.
Yeah. Essentially, he was just accompanying someone who had a hearing, was like, essentially
Whose
just
case
doing
was
his-
dismissed against him.
Yep, just doing his job. And they come in and arrest him on grounds that are like still unclear. I feel like I have not seen any reporting that
So,
actually
There hasn't. I haven't either, but the
Mm.
Department of Homeland Security released a tweet today, because there's always a tweet,
Right.
saying that he
That's
was
how we-
arrested for assaulting ICE officers.
Which, if you watch those videos, I mean, again, like the blatant lies, like the videos exist, guys. Like the lies, like only work for the Fox News crowd. Like the rest of us have eyeballs and like
Which is the
social
exact
media
same
accounts.
as a week ago we witnessed Padilla, Alex Padilla being arrested. That was
Yep.
less than a week ago.
It's like,
He
oh,
was
well, he
being
didn't say
arrested.
his name. It's like, we all saw the video.
We all saw it. He lunged at her. It's like the FBI escorted him into the building. You can see that they walk him in. He asks the question. He says, "I'm Senator Alex Padilla." And they drag him out. And it's like literally they attached the video clip to their statement saying that he lunged at her and was arrested for not identifying himself. And they attached the video. Do they think people aren't going to watch the video?
Where was that part just not part of the video? Did that happen before the video?
Okay, so the video that they put out, there's one that somebody took from, like a news person took from across the room, so it's totally separate than the one that was released like officially and by them. And it shows like when he comes up, he never lunges, he just asks his question, and then he just asks his question. He says he's escorted in because it's the building that he works in. It's not even like a random building, like he worked there, so like he had every right to be in the building.
He had a meeting.
Yeah.
That like got pushed or whatever.
Yeah. But anyway, so like they like that other video shows exactly what happened from the minute he walks up, and like he very clearly like again, like everything is proven false. And just like with this, like, there is video, and then they're like, well, it was a stunt. And it's like, motherfucker, this fucking CUNT is out there doing political theater, taking videos in front of people in like concentration camps in El Salvador, like and playing Ice Barbie. And then they called her in front of the Congressional Congress. She got a subpoena today, and then she ended up having to be taken by ambulance to the hospital today after that happened.
Yeah.
And that's the whole big thing. Is like, feel
poor
so sorry
girl.
for me. I have to go to the hospital.
No.
And I don't want to be like, all MAGA, not whatever, but like, fuck you. I'm sorry.
I don't know the basic tenets of your job, lady.
Yeah.
And then there was also a report saying, there was a report this morning that said she's basically now been sidelined to PR, and Stephen Miller has taken control of the Department of Homeland Security.
Well, that's terrifying.
Which
That
is
doesn't
not
make
better.
me feel
Not
good
better.
at all.
The thing is, though, like I think with the videos, I think that it's like entering 1984 territory
It
where
is.
like truly they are just counting on the fact that the Fox News addled minds, even if they see it with their own two eyes, will just believe the propaganda that they're told at the same time, and that it won't matter. And then the rest of us already know, but
So was
yeah.
the party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears? It was their final, most essential command.
And that's what it is. And
that is exactly
literally
what it is.
happening. It's literally happening with the Fox News
Because
crowd.
again,
So they don't care. They know that they don't have the evidence they think they have. But it doesn't matter.
Exactly. The entire situation with Brad Lander, that's his name, Lander, right?
Yeah. Brad Lander.
The entire situation that happened today is on video, and literally 0 0.00000% of what they say happened
Mhm.
is in that video. But none of them, like, it just doesn't matter. It's the same thing with January 6th, because I said to my parents one day, I was like, but you saw what happened, because I called you during it, because my kids were there. They were there with them that day, because it was like I had dropped them off and I was going to come like 3 or 4 days later. I was like, you saw what happened, because we talked about it that day, and I was like, they're attacking the Capitol, and you're like, yeah, I know, but I don't want the kids to watch it. I'm like, but you saw what happened. Like, you acknowledged that it was them. Like, it's crazy, like super crazy. Yeah, I don't know. All I know is I still think Andrew Cuomo. So Andrew Cuomo has a lot of big donors that are like
Trump
they
supporters.
not just Trump supporters, but apparently some of his big donors own like apartment buildings that house ICE. So it's really
Mm.
not out of the question that
Mm.
that fucking corrupt motherfucker would tell his donors, like, hey, go after them. Oh, because okay, here it is. This is what I was gonna say. So the city, I don't know if this is what what's it called used to be, but like the City magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It is
So
I believe it's a public media publication. I believe it
right, that
I
is
believe
that
it falls
what,
under WNYC. Let me look that up just to double
okay.
check. I don't want to
Yeah, because it's the city.nyc. But
Yeah.
was that what New York AM or whatever it used to be?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about? There used to be
I
that.
do. The AM
Yeah.
New York.
Yes, AM New York. Thank you.
I think they actually still make the AM New York.
Anyway, so they did a article today, and in it, the reporter from the city says that he overheard one agent say to another agent minutes before the arrest, "Do you want to arrest the comptroller?" Which then proves that, like, he didn't touch them. That's not why he arrested them or assault them. They were going after him.
Because, like, let's be real. Like, my boy Brad Lander, like, he's been fighting the fight for a very long time. He is a long time city civil servant. Before he
Yeah.
was comptroller, he was part of the city council. Like, he has been a long standing mover and shaker, like progressive voice in New York City politics. And like, it's just absolutely and he's just also a nice guy. Like, I've actually we have met him several times. Like, he shows
Oh,
up to like
really?
everything. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
You know, he in the first Trump term, like, he held like town halls and rallies to like get people mobilized. Like, he really walks the walk.
Okay. I love that.
So it's just like, he is truly someone that is in politics for the right reasons. And like,
Mhm.
I am a big fan, and it's just like, it just boggles the mind, like, that we're even here right now.
Yeah.
It's gross. It's just gross.
It is gross. It is gross. Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Like, honestly,
I mean, I truly don't either.
I don't
But
know
other
how.
to say that, like, I happily ranked Brad Lander. I voted for him for mayor, and I would do it again in a heartbeat.
Nice. That's good. Like, that's really awesome to hear. And it
Yeah,
sounds
hooray,
like
ranked choice voting.
I think a lot of people are
Yeah.
doing that. And that's why I really think Andrew Cuomo had a big part in this.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah.
And I think
that
that
guy.
because he got wind that,
Well,
it was.
because
Yeah.
Brad Lander and Zoran Mondani are like one and two of like the progressive
Yeah.
candidates. I don't know if how cued in everyone else is to New York City politics, but they made this like really epic joint endorsement video.
Oh, it's
on
so
social
good. I
media, like,
loved it. I loved
maybe
it.
like
I watched
2-3
it
days.
twice.
It was like the first
Yeah.
day of early voting, and like,
Yeah.
it was just so good. Like, so they
Aw.
really have established themselves as like the two progressive front runners. So it's,
yeah.
I mean, Cuomo has made no qualms of how he's gone after Zoran Mondani. So,
Well, and even then, like, their entire video and so many of the candidates are all like, rank me, but don't rank Cuomo. Like, you can rank
Mhm.
me 5th, but don't rank Cuomo at all. Like, fuck that guy. It's like, yeah, fuck that guy. New
Fuck
York,
that guy.
New York City,
What are you
your little
doing?
lesson? Like,
Mhm.
honestly, if Cuomo wins, I don't even know. I'm gonna blame Starlink and Elon again. Like, that's it. I don't even know.
Truly, truly. But theoretically, like that's the benefit of ranked choice voting, right? So it's like if you
Yeah.
you fill up your buckets and not like.
Just ask
But then
Susan
again, that's also how we
Collins.
got there. That's also how we got Mayor Adams. It's from ranked choice voting. He was nobody's first choice. He was everybody's like second or third choice, and that's how he won. So it's a double-edged sword,
Yeah,
ranked voting.
truly.
But hopefully, in this case, I think the progressive candidates have really been running a smart campaign about like cross endorsing each other and like there
Nice.
there is an acronym for like don't rank Cuomo. And, it'd be very clever if I could remember it right now, because isn't that the point of acronyms, to make it easier to remember the slogan? And yet somehow it's gone. But anyway,
Hold on, I'm looking
there's
it
like a
up.
whole campaign of like, don't rank
Yeah,
Cuomo.
Dream. Don't.
Dream.
Oh no! Don't rank
Dream?
evil. Don't rank
No.
evil Andrew for mayor.
No. It's
No.
something much easier than that. So easy that I feel very dumb that I can't remember it. But anyway, it's been a very long day. I'm very tired.
It's okay. It's okay.
New York City politics. It's so much right now.
It is kind of wild.
But it's nice that we have so many actually really good candidates this cycle. So like if it ends up being a race between Cuomo and Eric Adams, like I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna fetal position under my bed.
Ugh.
Because we have so many more qualified, like really great progressive candidates that really have great vision for the city.
Right. And the thing is, you need somebody you need someone like AOC who goes in there as a progressive and then quickly learns, oh, there's a game to play.
Mhm.
And then doesn't sit there and not to pick on them, but like Omar and Rashida Tlaib, like they didn't learn to play the game.
Yeah.
But what's her face in Massachusetts? I'm blanking on her name, and AOC, they learned how to play the game. They learned like, oh, you have to do this because you have to be able to play the game to get what you want done.
Mhm.
And I do think that is something that, like, it's great to go in and be like purity politics, but the end of the game, like the end of the day, there's people in there that are corrupt, and you need to learn how to outsmart them and get what you want from them. And that's just the reality of the situation. Like I think that, as we've seen over the last 8 years, is you just can't outwardly overthrow everything because it's just too entrenched right now. So you need to figure out how you're going to. Oh, Ayanna Pressley. That's it.
I know. I just looked it up too. I was going to wait for a pause.
I didn't look it up until it came to me.
Yeah.
Well,
I was like, I think it's Ayanna Pressley, but I'm going to look it up to make sure. So that's.
Well, in my mind, I was like
an actress or something, and I've totally got.
No, I was like, it's a singer's last name. It's a singer's last name. What singer is it? Ayanna Mars? No, it's not Ayanna Mars. I was going through them in my head, and I got to Elvis, and I was like, that's it.
I can hold two thoughts in my head at once.
I got there. Like, you just gotta learn, and that's the shitty thing, is you have to learn to how you get what you want by playing the game, and that fucking sucks. But that's why I think that people appreciate someone like AOC. Even Republicans like they love to hate her. Mm-hmm. But I think that a lot of them look at her in the same way that they look at Bernie, where they're like, oh, at least this chick is real. Like, we might think she's stupid and blah, 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 but like, she means what she says, and she's not corrupt. Mm-hmm. Anyway, good times. Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see. When does voting end? Is it next Tuesday, Amanda?
The 24th, which is why we voted early, because we're going to be out of town.
So it is next
last
Tuesday.
week that we were not going to be here on the 24th. I was like, oh my God, when does early voting start? We have to vote. The primaries are basically the elections in New York City. It's like by the time you get to election day, it's like,
are we off
be
next
the Democrat
week? Are we off next week? When do
Oh
you
yes,
leave?
can we? I leave on Sunday and I come back the
Okay.
following Sunday. So yeah, we should probably be off next week.
Okay,
Sorry.
we're off next week.
Guys.
We'll be back on July 2nd, everybody.
Yeah.
We should be doing our Real Weird Sisters episode, but I forgot about it because I'm the worst. Okay.
I'll get to
We can
it.
still reach out.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna do it. Because I've got Comic-Con,
Yeah.
and that'd be great to substitute
time.
that. Okay. Yeah.
There's enough time to reach out and see if they're free.
What?
So there's enough time to reach out and see if they're free. You mean
Yeah,
for
yeah,
July
totally.
2nd?
Totally. Or no, after July 2nd for the following week, because then I'm at Comic-Con for 2 weeks. So
Wait,
Yeah.
yeah. When do you leave for Comic-Con and when do you come back?
I leave July 19th.
Okay.
Yes. Good times. Okay. All right, so everybody will be off next week, but we'll be back the week after. Woo! All right.
Then.
Do you think that we should move on to our quiz?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so if you don't know, and chat, feel free to oh fuck, I gotta respond to this. God damn it. Thanks, Greg. Do you see Tucker Carlson is saying Fox News is legit straight up war propaganda? I did, and I hate him, but I also think that this is a case of the worst person in the world makes a good point.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah. You know, broken clock is right twice a day.
Right. Yeah.
But he's also propaganda.
Right.
So-
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, he can be right in this one instance and still be like a shitty human being.
Yeah,
Like,
he's a really
things
bad
can be
human
true.
being.
He's
He's a
pretty awful.
bad human being. All right, let's do our quiz. All right, so as always, I asked everybody, I mean Amanda and Shetty, I asked you guys
For everybody.
to give me your top 10 favorite episodes. Everybody did
Titles.
top 10 plus it just so happened 3 top 10 plus 3 honorable mentions. Here's
Oh, did we
the
both do 3 honorable mentions?
you both did, so then I had 2 honorable mentions and I was like, yes, and I added a third to mine.
Nice. Nice.
Basically, I hit Control Z, and the last one that I deleted, I had deleted. And you know which one
It's
that
like ranked
was?
choice voting.
It was like ranked choice voting, and the one that actually happened to be was Lemon. It's January.
Yeah, that
It's
one
a good
was
one. It's a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. All right. So all 3 of us picked 9-1, the Royal We.
Nice.
It is just
9
clever.
It is
Yeah,
clever.
Yeah.
9-2, don't vote for the dictator.
Also very
And then we
clever.
did.
And
And
then
then-
I mean, not us.
Well,
but, you know.
some of us
Yeah,
did. Not on this podcast though. A 9. Then we skip all the way to 936. Oli gargled these nuts,
I love the clever ones. I love a pun.
which I think may be my favorite episode title of the entire season because it's so fucking funny.
Brain on fire.
But that was from the sign from the April 4th protest.
I couldn't
wish
remember
that
what it was from. I was just like,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
it is
Yeah.
amazing. I love it so much. But I nominate that for the episode title of the year.
I would
9:30. Yeah, exactly. 9:38. It's a pizza balla.
How could you not?
I mean, you know, in these dark
We had
times,
a
you
lot
gotta have
of-
something to smile about.
Exactly.
Times. Who would have
We had a
known
lot
the
of
Catholic
overlapping.
Church is
I
giving us so
know.
much to smile
Be
about?
a real
feminine
beacon
heart.
of joy.
Should we talk about that real quick? The fact that
A little bit. Colleen, like I have never in my life wanted to become Catholic, and I still like am very much against many of the principles, but some of like the foundational beliefs. But I kind of want to like embrace the Catholic side of my family. I am
like
so
they
here
okay.
for
So
it.
if you haven't heard, I Judy, I'm sure because I believe you're Catholic too or affiliated somehow. So Pope Leo appointed like some bishop or whatever in fucking the United States, his first appointment in the US. And this guy, and it has to be under Leo's blessing, he sent a message out calling for all priests in the Southern California or whatever that his district area to accompany migrants to immigration court to help protect them, because if they get arrested, like while they're like walking with a fucking priest, it doesn't look good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's
It's
incredible.
like just
Like
the
that's
act of
Yeah.
just their presence kept things
Yeah.
more peaceful.
Yeah. And that's what I think he like explicitly said it, like
Mhm.
the presence of,
yeah.
you know, whatever
clergy,
people of the
yeah.
cloth or whatever. Yeah. And has an
Yeah, and-
impact on
And he even
Oh.
made it clear like this probably won't make a difference in their outcome, but it will in the public's outcome. Like
Mhm.
I think it like that letter, because there's a letter that went around and it was verified as true, pretty much like was really good about stating like this is gonna be dangerous, but it's necessary and this is your fucking calling. So go do this.
if you
Mhm.
want to. I mean, it was
Yeah,
like,
if you want to.
Right.
Like
It
you know,
wasn't like you
Jesus
have to.
says
if you
do it.
feel so moved.
Just
Yeah,
like,
if you
know,
can't run, if
Jesus
you
sort
can't
of says it'd be a good idea, but like
Yeah,
if you know
yeah.
you're busy, like whatever, you're busy. I
Yeah,
get
yeah.
it. Like,
Or if you
Jesus
can't
was an
run a-
immigrant, but whatever.
Yeah. Or if you can't run away too fast, it's okay too. Well, there was a 90-year-old. I almost sent you guys this, but I didn't send it because it was really late at night. But there was a 90-year-old Irish Catholic priest. He was from Ireland. He was protesting. Do you see the video? Did I send it to you guys? Did I hit send?
I saw
I
it
don't
on the
think you
news,
can.
but not, and it's I
Yeah.
saw like very,
But he was
vaguely.
out there and he's like, I'm 90 and I have seen, you know, bad shit in my life and I wish I
Been
could
through
do
the
the
troubles.
brawl, but I can't. He's like, well,
Yeah.
I'm here to protest it. Like, and I was like, you go, old priest man.
No.
Okay, so I thought you were talking about there was some priest that got arrested. I thought, or maybe it was a veteran. Who knows?
Oh,
at
there
this
was
point?
there was like
people.
an 80-something-year-old veteran that got arrested.
Yeah. Okay,
too.
that's what I
Oh
was
my
thinking.
God.
Yeah.
And he came back out and they had like a cot set up for him outside on the street. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to go take a nap. Then I'm going to get back out to it after spending the night in jail. And then there was another woman
Incredible.
who had a sign and she was just like, I'm here protesting because I want my great grandkids to know that I did everything I could for them. And I was just
Oh,
like, fuck yeah.
yeah.
I love that.
I know. Anyway, all right. It's a pizza balla.
It's a pizza ball.
And then the last one that we all agreed on was Brother from an Utter Mutter,
So good.
which I was very
So
happy
good.
to make happen.
And
then
that was Survivor.
No, Survivor, which is funny because I actually cut out the entire Survivor talk from that episode and made it a bonus clip for the patrons. But I did keep in the one part where I was like, I'm going to call this
Yeah.
a Brother from an Utter Mutter.
Yes.
Okay, Shandy and Amanda, you both liked When You Find a Stranger in the Alps and Wolf's
Oh, so
March of
good.
Hope.
I mean, just because what it stood for. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
really.
Shandy, you and I, last year, you and I had 0 in common, other than the
So
3,
crazy.
but like 0 that just the 2 of us. This year, we had Total Eclipse of the Shark.
So good.
Mm.
And then Amanda, you and I had 3 in common, like we did last year,
Okay.
which was A Murderer's Row of Dumbasses.
So good. Stand by
You're
that one.
irking, I know, you're irking my tater and Days
That
of
was-
Our
I
Dictators.
couldn't even remember what it was about, but it
No.
was so funny.
Oh, you should learn what it's about really quickly because that's the first question of the quiz.
Oh no, I can't remember what it was about.
All right.
Also, for what it's worth, all 3 of those were on my first like list
Yeah.
before I had to cut
Yeah.
some more.
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, Judy says it's her brother, not her. Okay. Thank you. I knew there was something and I didn't want to say definitively. And then she also says in the 60s, I think a bunch of priests/nuns protested for civil rights. Right on.
I mean, it's like literally following
I know.
the teachings
You
of
know,
Jesus,
Yeah,
but
it's
like we're not
literally what
used
Jesus
to
did.
people like actually, you know, not
Right,
being
and
shitty
know-
and two-faced and like taking things the way they want to
Mhm.
take them for their own personal benefit. So it's just like refreshing when
you know what the coolest thing about all this is that the fucking American Pope, the first ever American
Yeah.
Pope, is out there.
yeah.
He also tweeted a whole bunch of shit that I sent you guys just one out of a whole bunch of tweets that he sent about, he put, tweeted out about, accepting migrants and how technology is creating distances between those who are physically close and why we should embrace sports more than, you know, basically he's saying like we should embrace sports and make those our teams and not politics our teams.
Oh,
It's
wow.
actually like a really good series
Mic
of
drop.
tweets. Yeah. Anyway, it's just really, it's the whole thing was, you know, it's the fact that we have our first American Pope and he's a fucking woke Pope. And you know, every single one of those motherfuckers that voted for him were like, now please put on my best Thomas Jefferson voice in Hamilton. Can we get back to abortion?
Speaking of Hamilton,
can we get back to politics?
Speaking of Hamilton, I went back and started listening to the soundtrack this week. It holds up.
It
so
super
good.
holds up.
It's
I
so
went
good.
back. So after the, did I tell you that after the, did I say this
No.
last week? After,
If you did, I didn't recall.
I don't think I did.
in
I don't
one
think
ear,
I
not
did.
the other.
I think I just told Jay. So after the melody medley that they did,
Mhm.
I couldn't understand the Lafayette thing where I used to be able to hear it. And I was like, well, now I just got to go back and watch the whole thing so I can understand
Oh,
what
you
he's
watched
saying.
the whole thing. You watched the movie version? Like the
No,
filming?
so I went back and I rewatched that part of The World Turned Upside Down, you know, matches my tactical brilliance, blah blah blah.
Mhm. Oh,
And I was like, oh, that's what he said. And then I was like, yeah, let me just go back and see how far I
What's the
can
whole thing?
get the original. I did. I skipped around a little bit, but I got through most of the first act. And then I went to bed. But
Yeah. I haven't watched the filmed version in a while. I should.
it's
I
so
should.
good.
Yeah. It really is
I-
like it's just such a beautiful capture of a beautiful piece of theater.
Yeah. And Jay and I will just from time to time when we're like, oh, it's too late to watch. Like, let's say we finish watching an episode of something and it's like, you know, 11:10. We're like, oh, we can't start something else because that'll just take us too late. We'll literally pop that on and we'll watch Wait For It or Dear Theodosia or something like that. Jay's favorite is Satisfied.
Mm.
So
Have-
we'll just pick something from there. We'll watch it for like 10 minutes and then we'll go to bed.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
This is taking us very far afield, and I
I'm
promise
so sorry. Yes.
I will
okay.
bring us right back in a minute. But have you guys, and have we talked about this, the Song Exploder episode about Wait For It? I feel like Jay
No.
would really love it.
He probably would. What is it?
Hopefully it's still on Netflix. So Song
Okay.
Exploder is, I think it's still existing. It's a podcast that like talks to
Writing this
artists about a song, and they like deconstruct it and like how they wrote the song, how they made the song, you know, how they recorded it, whatever. And there's a limited like Netflix series of, you know, like 6 or 7 episodes. And one of them is with Lin-Manuel Miranda and Tommy Kail, I think, talking about Wait For It and like the creation of it and the sort of
how
staging
they
of
like
it and-
created a whole new technology just to have the wait for it.
yeah, and just
fucking
you know
nuts,
the
yeah.
like going like super nerding out about, you know, how like
Okay,
the beat is
we'll look
like,
it up. Yeah.
completely different from all of Hamilton's things, which are very like on the, you know, the like ones and three, you know, like it's fascinating. I feel like Jay would really love it if he has.
I think he would
It is
too.
still on Netflix. I just checked on
Oh,
volume 1.
yeah. So did Matt. Did you follow Lin-Manuel on Instagram?
Yes.
So yesterday he posted something for Sondheim's birthday. Maybe it was 2 days ago. And it's a exchange of emails that he wrote with Sondheim that was like giving him notes because he was one of the first people to see the whole show, and he was giving him notes on like Act 2. It's so good.
Oh, I'll have to go back and look.
Yeah,
That
go
didn't
back and
pop
check
up-
it
yeah,
out.
That
Like,
didn't pop up on my
yeah,
algorithm. I'll have
it
to
took
look.
me like a good 15 minutes to read through them because I was like, I can't believe I'm reading like Stephen Sondheim notes on something right now. So like, you know, leave some time, but it's really good. Anyway, Vicky says Hamilton's my go-to half marathon playlist. Yay.
Ooh, yeah.
All right. Sorry. Let's Pope Leo. Woo! It's a pizza bola. That's how we got here.
Okay, bring it back
question. Like I said, you're irking my tater. The question is, how did your irking my tater come up? What were you talking about when we said it?
Zero idea. I just
No
don't even have like any idea whatsoever.
Not
Okay.
a clue.
We were talking about random vernacular from when we were younger, and we didn't ask Reddit of yeah.
Oh, is that a
And-
young person's expression?
Your irking my tater came up as something from us, and we were all like, we'd never heard that. But also, we almost called the episode broadcast Outie, because Outie was one of the things too.
I'm Addie.
Yes. Outie.
Outie. The next question is from episode 912, the curious case of the missing food. This is one of my favorite things that we talked about the entire season. So, what was the curious case of the missing food? It was the most insane Emma the asshole that we were like, there's no way this could be true. What was the curious case of the missing food? Just a brief summary or two, but if you got more, go for it.
So it was that guy, I think, whose coworker was eating his food. And so then he put some sort of like, it was bad or stale or food poisoning or something. Laxative.
Laxatives.
Person that, so it wasn't even supposed to be that bad, just like, a bad case of the shits. Person ends up in the hospital, then was like suing him or something. Meanwhile, the person, like, HR found out and he got fired or something to that effect.
But then like everybody else started getting sent to the hospital too. And it turns out that
wasn't
like,
even
everybody
him.
was having secret affairs with each other. And he had nothing to do with
yes,
it.
I forgot. How could I forget about that?
Everybody
So
was
good.
fucking the HR lady.
Yeah.
Men and women.
The most important part.
And so like the violently ill thing, I forget what they actually all had, but
It was
wasn't-
like some
But
stomach
it wasn't.
thing. Yeah.
It wasn't even the food. Yeah.
it wasn't
Yeah,
even
but-
food. They got it from
It wasn't that food anyway. No.
Yeah.
That person just
It was-
happened to be patient zero.
Yeah. All right, you guys got 1 point. Good job.
Hooray.
That
That's
is
so good.
truly, I think, my favorite story that we ever did this entire
It's
season.
wild.
Yeah. All right. Question 3. Balls on Ice, 917. We talk about a lot of different things, including McDonald's on a private jet. So we were talking about, the McDonald's the picture that RFK Jr. and Elon Trump took on a private jet. Shandy gave a moving update. We talked about the changes that your body goes through that nobody prepares you for after you hit your 40s and more. However, on this episode, I mentioned that I watched a movie with my family. While watching it, both Jay and I got tears in our eyes because this movie hit different after Trump's reelection. What movie was it?
Oh God. What movie was it? I remember this now.
As I'm thinking, I just have to say, when you said I gave a moving update, at first I thought it was like a moving update. And then I was like, oh no, it was a moving update.
Yeah. Yeah, like an
I just-
emotional
I had just fucking moved.
stirring
You had
update
just fucking
that
moved.
just tore at our hearts.
So I am pretty sure the episode right before this was when we had Be a Beacon, Be Kind, Be Brave, which was
Aw.
after Trump won re-election, and we got that from Jamie.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Chat,
what
feel free to
movie
shout it
hit
out if you
different?
hear the answer. Yeah.
The movie that hit differently after Trump got reelected?
Mm-hmm.
oh my God. It's like right like I am like
And you guys cried and the
cried.
kids
yeah,
were
I
like,
can remember you telling the
"Why?"
story and like looking
they
at
didn't
each
really
other.
get it, right?
Yeah,
You
but I
weren't-
can't.
Zach,
Kids
you're not
didn't
sure,
really get
yeah?
it. Yeah. They'll get
Yeah.
it someday, though.
Oh,
When they
yeah.
get fucking recruited to go to war because we have a mandatory draft.
Oh.
Mm. Can we have another hint? I feel like I can get it with a hint.
Ripping up a Nazi flag.
You know, I understand what ripping up a flag is.
I was acting out
What
the gif of
movie?
it.
What movie? Well, Matt has a guess.
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah,
the Sound
so
of
does
Music.
It was the
Yeah,
Sound
good
of
job,
Music,
Matt.
yeah.
Good job, Matt. And Greg. Greg came in with it too.
Yes. They jinxed.
At
It
the
was
same
Sound of-
time. It is both time stamped
No.
10:05.
Exactly. They did
True,
come back at
true,
the same
true.
time. But yes, it was the Sound of Music. And I dare any of you to watch that movie right now and not cry about how it definitely hits different because you're like, oh, this is no longer a historical piece.
Yeah.
Which is like Andor. And I think
Oh, we're
Greg-
watching Andor. You're right. You watch the first 2 episodes, and then episode 3, it starts to get really good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So when you get to season 2, it's literally what is happening right now.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
I don't know if I'm
It's
ready.
fucking wild because they filmed it in 2022. They started filming in November 22. They had to stop it. Yeah, Andor is a mirror. That's what Greg is saying. Yes, it
Mhm.
is. They had to stop filming it because of the writer's strike or whatever and the Hollywood strikes. And they started refilming it and they finished it in February 2024. But like the playbook, the story was all there.
Mhm.
Like before Trump got reelected. You could not have predicted, like, because it follows
Did his
Star Wars.
campaign did his campaign get their hands on the script or something?
No, it follows Star Wars. Like the original Star
Mhm.
Wars
Yeah.
is basically anti what we're going through right now, but like it,
Mhm.
was the 70s, so it was
But
just
that's the
like
thing,
fiction.
like history doesn't
Like,
repeat itself, but it often rhymes.
it sure does.
You know?
I can't wait for you to watch more of Andor because the whole oh man, oh
Immense.
god, I'm getting
Immense.
chills. I'm getting a little
I
bit
will-
aroused thinking about how excited I am about like
It's
when
good.
you're gonna watch it.
It is good. And I love all the random actors that just like pop up. You're like, oh, that person. Oh,
Like
that
look, I'm so
person.
flushed. I'm like I can't wait for this.
Great. Also, the Gilded Age comes back this weekend. What other nerds are excited about that? I am.
I watched season 1 and I loved it, and then I just like haven't watched season 2. It's season 3 that's coming out, right?
Correct. Great. You
So
got plenty to catch up on.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an exact opposite. It's a show that is like asks nothing ever of you than to just sit there and just like enjoy how petty it is.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday. Thank you, John.
Hey, John.
John?
Yeah. Hello.
Fun
Talking about
time.
Andor, which is the best.
Getting
series
aroused
of-
about
But
Andor.
again,
Yeah.
we're getting all worked up.
Yeah,
Getting all
I
hot
am-
under the
I
collar
am
about
flushed
Andor.
right now. I am so excited.
I mean, give me some Diego Luna any day.
Yeah. Diego Luna fighting fascism. Sign
Perfect.
me
Sign
up.
me up.
Vicky says heck yeah for the Gilded Age. All right. Sorry. Next question in our season 9 quiz. Let's see. Okay. This episode was released December 13th, 2024. We talk about something that we coincidentally talked about on our very first episode of 2024, January 2024. What was it and what did it symbolize? So what came full circle?
The friend zone, right?
No, wait. So it's the same thing that we talked about at the beginning of that calendar year.
Yes, so we talked
Right.
about
'Cause
it.
I was going to
and
say
then-
cougars, but it's not. Yeah. Okay, so January
that is 10 years
2024
ago.
and December 2024. Yes.
We talked
9
about
years ago,
something
but, yeah.
in December, and then we're like, holy fuck. By coincidence, we talked about this in the very first episode of 2024. So what was it?
I have no idea.
There's an episode title on it, which I have not really revealed.
Is it political?
It is not.
Hmm.
So it is the universal. The universe, because that is, if we're not doing politics, we're doing the universe.
I have
The
no
answer
idea.
is Pluto and motherfucking Aquarius.
Really?
Oh,
Pluto being an Aquarius, all hell breaking loose. The episode that we talked about in the very beginning of 2024, which would have been season 8, was a cat, a rat, and Pluto walk into a bar. Or walk into 2024. Sorry, walk into 2024.
that's pretty funny.
I know. I think last year we
No,
all
no.
picked that as one of our favorite episode titles.
It's good. It's good.
Nice.
But yes, we had totally forgotten about that. I came across how Pluto was finally entering Aquarius and we talked about it. And then I was like, wait a second. I'm pretty sure that we've already done this like 11 months ago.
Crazy.
All right,
Wow.
moving on. Episode 921 was called Thirsty Christmas Movies. So this is the annual question in which I asked you what Christmas movies did we cover this past year.
Oh God! Every time.
Yeah.
They're thirsty. They're thirsty.
We were all really thirsty. It was like
Mm.
hot snowman, sexy snowman, whatever that
Oh,
movie was
You're
called.
close. You're close. You're
Oh
close.
yes.
Hot Frosty.
Hot Frosty. Yes,
Yes, one of them.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Oh,
Surprisingly
the one with the
good.
bar and like the Magic Mike, like but Christmas.
God
The-
rest
are you-
ye.
Merry Gentleman.
Yes.
Mary Gentle.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
And then the red one, red one.
Red one.
Red
Red
one
one.
was actually what it was called.
Yeah.
And then we watched something called Our Little Secret, and we watched Love Actually. I'll give you guys a point for that one. Next
That's a
up,
good
we've got
crop of movies.
920. What?
It was a good crop of movies.
It was a good crop of movies because everybody was extra thirsty.
Oh my god, they were so thirsty.
Yeah, Mon Mothma, she also arouses me. Just saying. Happy Pride, everybody. All right. So next is 925 Total Eclipse of the Chart. Which this isn't the question, but do you guys remember what the Total Eclipse of the Chart was about?
No, which is why
No.
ultimately it was on my list, and then I realized I had like 8
Okay,
honorable
so we
mentions.
did
I had to,
a-
like, lose a few.
We did an Ask Reddit of people's most embarrassing moments, and this was the kid that talked about how in high school he had to do the hurdles and he sharted,
Oh.
and we laughed about
yeah.
it for a long time.
Poor guy.
Oh, buddy.
And then people were joking about Total Eclipse of the Chart. All right, so on this episode, here's the question. On this episode, recorded on January 25th, so this is post-Trump, we cover a news article that mentions that sales of a popular item are down. What was that item?
It was too early to be a Tesla. No.
Too early to be a Tesla.
Too early to be a Tesla.
Booze.
What kind of booze would be down in January?
All of it because
All
of
of
dry
it?
January.
No, champagne.
Oh.
And the theory was there wasn't a lot to celebrate.
Nothing but yeah.
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 We're almost
That makes
done
sense.
here. Episode 28, Move Your Giat. So here's your let me read the episode description. Welcome to Red, White, and Greenland. On this week's episode, everything is retro again, but not all of it is cool. Pick TVs, not TB. What are you talking about? Yeah.
Mhm.
Get a VHS and an MMR because scarlet fever, TB, and measles are back, baby. There is also a hilarious set of cases of employees sharing the dumbest things customers have ever asked them to do. So here is your annual what wasn't an alternate title question.
Ooh.
All right. So when I suggested these, and I did go back and look through texts to make sure, you both picked Move Your Giat right away. So here's 4 of them. Which one was not suggested? Put your phones down. Don't cheat. All right. A, pick TV, not TB. B, get your VHS and MMR. C, find the stupid. And D, I'm on Team Brainworm. Now, there was a list of 7. I picked, obviously, 3 plus 1, and then Move Your Giat was 4. And there were 3 that I did not include. But, yes, this was a heavy one. Which is why it became our annual, which was not an option question. So pick TV, not TB. Get your VHS.
I think that
and
is
MMR.
one.
Find the
Maybe.
stupid. I'm on Team Brainworm.
Find the stupid.
Yeah, that's what I'm leaning to too.
The answer is D. I'm on Team Brainworm.
Oh.
Find the stupid was in my list of typed out ones. So, all right, 9. We've got 2 more. 938. It's a pizza ball. What's Cardinal Pizzaballa's first name? We talked about this.
It's either the Italian equivalent of Peter or John.
Peter.
Pietro?
Pietro.
Pierre Baptiste.
Pierre Baptiste.
Yes.
Pietro.
I mean, it sounded right. I was like, yeah, that's it. That's totally it. She's right.
We were talking about Pierre Battista Pizzaballa. Like a meatball and a pizzaballa.
I mean, that's truly actually, I think, why they're like, this man can't be Pope. He can't change his name, and this name has to exist in the world.
He'd have to be Cardinal. He'd have to be Pope Pepperoni. Like, there's nothing.
Yeah. I'm just like, you know what? This is dark. In these dark times, this name needs to
Live on.
stand. It needs to live on. It can't be changed.
And we all saw the video of his mom being like crying with joy that he wasn't selected.
No.
Right? No. I didn't send you guys that. Okay, first of all, I broke my favorite pen.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
R.I.P. pen.
R.I.P. pen. Maybe Pizzaballa can help resurrect this. I didn't send you guys that video.
No.
Oh, okay. So there's a video from like it's in the village where he's like from in Italy, and his mom is there, and there's a bunch of people around, and it's very clearly like a humble house in Italy. And they're like the announcement comes on, and somebody says it's the American, and she starts blessing herself, and she's like, "Oh, thank God! Thank God! I do I want my Piera to come home." And I'm like,
some pizza, have a bowl.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, this is the most fucking Italian mom response ever. She's like, in the name of the Father and the Blessed Mother, and I'm glad that my son is gonna come home. I'll send you the video when I'm editing this. And remember, it's fucking amazing. I've never seen somebody so happy that their son wasn't selected as Pope. All right. Next question is episode. This is second to last. 939 woke Marxist Pope. Those raw dogging cards.
Marxist Pope.
I'm gonna keep on praying to the woke Marxist Pope. I can't read the description because the answer is in it. But when we talked about this, we talked about a very funny thing that a newscaster said about the Cardinals entering the conclave. What was it that they said? It was almost an episode title. What did they say about those Cardinals entering the conclave? What were they doing?
Oh, there's something about their phones.
They gave up their phones. So what were they doing? Shandy, it is your favorite. Yes! They were raw dogging it. And then finally, last question. Shandy, this is just for you. What is the name of the actress who plays Sabrina?
Don't tell me.
And if you don't know it, we can also, there's a bonus to name what movies she's appeared in that we've talked about in the last year. There have been at least 3.
Okay, so her first name,
is
something like Kieran,
yes, Kieran.
And her last name is a mystery, but I feel like I'm 50% better than in past years.
Kiernan Shipka.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, Matt's comment, red one was Shandy's favorite Sherpa cacophony. I was sitting here like, what the fuck was that? Like, what did I forget? I don't remember Sherpas being in that movie. Like, what?
Greg says, going in raw. Shampoo cardigan. Shish kebab K-cup.
Kiernan
Shipka.
What was it?
Shipka.
Shipka.
Yeah.
Shipka.
It's a cute name.
Yeah, I'm glad you've learned it.
Well, ask me again next year.
So
I will
try again this time next year.
Okay, what 3 movies did we talk about that she was in? We personally watched 2 of them, and the third one we talked about about how we want to watch it.
One was like that Christmas 80s Die Hard type movie.
No.
Well, Red One apparently.
Yes,
she's in
Red One.
The red,
Red
one.
one.
But she was
Like
in
the map.
another one. Is it not a Christmas movie?
You're thinking of the Halloween movie, I think.
Is it a Halloween movie? I knew it
She
was a
was-
holiday.
But
that
that's not
thing where her mother died
the what.
and
Yes,
she had to
that
go
was,
back into time.
and her mom was Julie Bowen from Modern Family.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm still trying to fix this pen. I don't know why.
Oh,
And
there
then
we
so
go.
then there's a third one. There's one more movie.
No, that
Is that a
one we
movie,
talked
or is
about in
that one not on the
2023.
list?
So it was Twisters. She dies in the beginning.
Oh, right.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Red One and The Last Showgirl, which we talked about a couple of times on the show.
Oh,
about
I
how we
didn't
want to
remember that
watch
she
it.
was in the last show.
Yeah.
Girl.
Like last episode, Nat was like, and The Last Showgirl with, and then blah blah blah. Her name, whatever he said her name was,
Right.
and I was like, oh, yeah. Greg got Twisters. Okay, and then do I need to ask you guys what a homophone, homograph, homonym is?
damn
Or
it.
we
Oh
good?
god,
No,
you
I
can, but
get
I'm
it.
gonna stumble through it.
Phone sounds the same. Graph is written the same. What's
Mm.
the other one?
Nim.
Nim is the same
Spelling and
name, so
sound.
the same. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Good job, guys. Woo!
You did it.
All right. We're going to take like a super fast break and then we're going to come back and we've got like, I don't know, That's What She Says. So here we go. Oh, and a toast. Here we go.
The toast. I'm gonna
wish
go
I'd
get.
saved a
I'm
beverage.
gonna. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, I
cool.
have
Are we
I don't
doing
have
that?
anything.
'Cause I have to go pee pee, but you know.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's do an
if we're
actual
gonna
break,
toast,
yeah.
I don't have anything to toast, so I will.
Same.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I forgot to text Jay to bring
I
it
brought the
down.
glass, but,
All right.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. I brought
Yeah.
mine too.
but I
10
drank it.
times.
Oh, I did.
Nice.
I will bring my. I will go
All right.
get that when I go to find the thing to toast with. I'll be.
Okay. Fam, don't go away. Like literally give us like 2 minutes. I'm going to go pee over here and I'm going to yell at Jay to bring my champagne down. And then we'll all be back. Okay. Give us
All
like
right.
5 seconds. Seriously. Also, I am not wearing appropriate shorts, so I'm going to turn the camera off. Okay.
Your judgment, you know. Okay.
Hello. Who's here? Who's here? It's not often that I'm the first one back. Just saying. Hold on. My AirPods are not connected. Here we go. There we go. Anyway, thanks guys for waiting. Appreciate ya. Oh, I hate that, Frank. Okay, so the people in the South, they love to say things like appreciate ya. And I'm like, I don't get it. Why do you want to say appreciate ya? Like, just say thank you. I appreciate your help. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird Southern thing. But
What are
anyway,
you talking
oh, I'm just talking. I made my little cranberry mimosa before we started. So look how flat it's gotten over the
about? Oh
last.
my goodness. Yeah, you would. Yeah. I had an ice issue. The first big ice cube I took out was kind of sticky and
Oh no!
sweet and was very confusing. So I was like, I just get rid of this. I gotta
Shady, I was saying, Amanda, I poured this at 8:40 and it's so flat now. Oh well. You know
Is
what
it
else?
warm though? I hope you had it in the fridge.
I didn't, but it's not super hot. I mean, it's the air conditioning's on upstairs. It's not working down here. So we figured out the same thing that was happening 2 years ago with the upstairs HVAC is happening now. And Tim, the realtor, we asked him, I told this story on air, but we asked him, can you recommend somebody to help fix the HVAC? And he just fucking showed up out of nowhere and fixed it 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
So we need to Jay is pretty sure. He's like, I'm pretty sure this is the exact same thing that happened then. So we just need to call him and be like, hey, can you walk us through whatever you did? Because clearly it was easy enough. But if I had known he was here for Jay's surprise party, I would have just been like, Tim, can you help us, please? It's very fucking hot downstairs.
Yeah. Oh man.
I work
Wait.
because Jay's working from home too now. So I've been trying to work more in this office. I worked in a fucking sports bra all day today. I was like, I don't care. It is so hot down here. I just can't.
Oh man.
Sorry, what were you gonna say, Shandy?
No, I heard what you're saying about appreciate you.
Oh yes,
And
appreciate you. I hate that. I hate it.
That's literally when we first arrived in North Carolina, we went straight to a meeting with our realtor, and
Appreciate
I remember her. I remember her saying I heard her say that to someone, and I thought it was specific to her. Just like I thought the way that she used the word whenever was specific to her, and then I found out that it's a Southern thing.
Yeah,
Oliver,
Yeah.
both things.
I know.
Whenever for when. Huh,
Yeah.
did not
Yeah.
know. The more you know.
Yeah. The more you know.
Yeah.
We're not-
What irks me about stuff like that is
what
can you
irks
not
your tater?
what irks my tater is can we not just keep the subject in it? Does that make it too personal? That people do this all the time, and I'm sure I do it too, but it drives me nuts. If we're having a conversation, I'm like, oh yeah. Oh, let's say you invited me on your podcast and you're like, oh, thanks for being on today, Shandy. And I respond, thankful to be here. Can I not say I'm thankful? It's this recurring, and it's once you know, you can't unnotice it, and it drives me fucking bananas.
Yeah.
And I know it's acceptable. If people talk that way, people talk that way, and that's fine. But at the same time, it's just weird.
Yeah, I get it.
We need to use a subject. God damn it.
You need to use a pronoun?
So happy to be here.
Who's so happy to be here?
I'm so
I'm so
to be
happy.
here.
They're so happy. We're so happy.
Exactly.
He's so happy. Who is
And
so happy to be here?
But I have this sort of theory that because it does sort of take away this it makes it less sort of personal, and when you drop that subject, it really does. And it's are we feeling that too vulnerable when we say I am this, I am that?
No, I think it's just dropping it because you're lazy thing. Honestly,
No,
that's what
I really
think
think it's I really think it's an inability, a weird cultural thing of being less comfortable with sort of, I mean, intimacy sounds weird, but you know what I mean? Vulnerability. I don't know. It's anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go back. Well,
Little
this
side
is
rant. That's it.
gonna make
That's just for the awesome people who showed up.
yes. By the way, when I was
I mean,
upstairs,
unless you keep it in.
I went upstairs and Jay
Jonas.
was like, Jay was like, shit, did I miss your text about bringing the champagne down? And I was like, no, I had to pee. And he was like, okay. I was like, if you want, like the link to join us live is in the Facebook group. And he's watching the game and the Padre game. He's like, nah, no thanks. Like, I've been to 8 other ones. I'm good.
Fair enough.
I was like, that's fine.
Not
That's fine.
offended.
Yeah, neither am I. All right. And we're back. Hello, everybody. I think we can keep the second half of this show pretty quick. We don't have a whole lot, but we're partying like it's our 9th birthday. As for the facey back, Rose says I don't have much feedback, but I will chime in on the best days on Twitter. Some of my favorite days were Bernie's mittens and Chris Christie on the beach. Granted, those covered multiple days and even longer, and were mostly meme based, but they gave me some of the best laughs ever. I can't argue with either of those days. Truly,
Love a meme.
yeah. I love a good meme party, but the Chris Christie one was particularly funny because A, it was so egregious. B, everybody has fucking forgotten about it. And C, it was so fucking egregious, so ridiculous. Like, he closed down the beaches and then he was pictured on the fucking beaches. Yeah, it was so stupid.
And now it's like Chris Christie who?
Right.
Ro, thank you for that comment. Also, I have like major bird drama going on in my backyard. I'll have to catch you up sometime. Yeah. There's like a hawk, like I think like a red-tailed hawk, and I saw 2 of them in the tree. Like I know it is like in there in the backyard, like I see it, but I saw 2 of them and like they were on this branch and I think there's a nest. So I was like, that's a couple and that's a fucking nest. And it looks like it had something that it was like, I don't know, maybe putting into smaller pieces. But then meanwhile, we also have these quails and their babies are out with them and they're so small.
Baby quails.
We've had a couple of baby quail spottings and they're so cute, but I haven't been able to take a picture, otherwise I would have sent it to Ro. But there's this quail. There's this quail that I noticed like for a while will like sit up because they can fly. Who knew? They can sit like similar to turkeys. Also, we have baby turkeys. Oh my god!
I didn't realize turkeys could fly.
Right? That's what I learned here. They fly up.
Wait,
and
turkeys can
in the
fly?
Trees. Turkeys can fly. They just can't.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Like fly long distance. They can't like fly south for the winter.
But they fly in our backyard. They
Which, by the way,
fly up and go from
Migration
branch
is
to
an
branch.
excellent movie. Anyway, Migration. It's a Disney movie. It's an animated movie. Anyway, sorry.
Nice.
It's about birds flying south. One of the little baby birds has to stop, and she gets them into trouble because she can't poop while she's flying in front of the other birds. So her family makes a trip to the ground.
I relate to that hard.
Truly, I can't poop while traveling either, unless there's pineapple. I need pineapple in the breakfast, or not pooping. Anyway. Amanda, I recommend it. Shandy, I recommend it if you ever just want a fun kids movie to put on. It's very fun. Anyway, okay, sorry. So
Like
the turkeys were flying.
Well, the turkeys, that's a separate issue, but I've noticed this quail for weeks now will come up on the quail will...
Flying quails.
Stop trying to tell a story.
Sorry.
So this quail flies up to like the back like deck, like what is it called? Board. I was gonna say armrest, but that's not correct. But you know what I mean. Railing, thank you. It'll fly up there and then it just like stays there forever and like looks down. And I've seen this other brown bird. I don't know what kind of bird it is. I need to look it up. I do have a bird book. I'll try to, maybe I can send it to Ro for an ID. But anyway, this other bird will hang out and just like hang out on the railing also. And I figured out once I saw the hawks and like put 2 and 2 together, I think they're like standing guard.
Oh.
For the hawks, for their baby, like down on the ground, and they'll just like stay there. I don't know, that's my running theory. Anyway, feel free to chime in, Ro. There's been a lot of bird action lately.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
know, this
pretty
if we weren't gonna call this party like it's our 9th birthday, I would super call this episode bird action.
A lot of bird action. I think you need that like quantifier.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, yeah, Ro, we need you and all the other bird experts out there to please weigh in on Shandy's bird action.
Yeah.
Judy says red-tailed babies eat a lot. If they are there, you won't have many other birds soon.
Mm.
Oh, fuck! I forgot to tell you guys. Since we recorded last, so you know how squirrels are annoying?
Yeah.
Yeah, but cute and can also carry the plague. You know, whatever.
Jay got a
Anyways.
BB gun.
Oh no! Oh no! I don't like where this is going.
No. He didn't kill one. He didn't kill one. He doesn't want to kill one. He's been shooting at them, and we haven't had one in like 3 days because he accidentally hit one in the ass. But it was fine because he watched it run up a tree, but it was like shaking its ass as it was going.
Like, ew.
Yeah.
I imagine it's probably like getting hit with paintball.
Pretty much. I think that's exactly what it is. At the, you know, because we're like 20 feet, 30 feet away from it. But like, it's funny because they started hearing because you have to like pump it a few times and take the safety off. Yeah. Pump it up. Pump it up. But like, you had to take the safety off and like, you know, and it kind of got used to hearing it. And then, the last time it happened, we haven't had one since Friday. It is Tuesday now. It was Friday, and Jay like chased it into the backyard because he was like, "Go away!" And he shot at it, and he thinks he shot like the ground right because he said it jumped up like a foot in the air, and he was like, "I must have hit something like right in front of it that like made it so scared that it jumped up." But they haven't been back. But I will say, I did the BB gun practice on the little like LaCroix bottle that we put out there. And you know what? Who was the first person in the family to get a shot at the bottle, a clean shot, the first fucking time they tried?
Well done.
Me, bitch.
Well done.
Have I done it since? No. But did I do it first?
You proved your point. You don't have to do it again if you don't want to. You proved your point.
Well, the thing is, I did it in front of the kids, and I was just like, "Mommy, drop the mic." And the other times I tested it like 3 or 4 times. Like it was just Jay home and I didn't get it. And I was like, we're just going to tell the kids I just had that, you know, hole in one. We're never going to tell them I didn't get it the other 4 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, Ro, thank you so much. And thank you for listening for 9 years. Woo!
Yes.
Okay, we have an email from Andy and we have the Master She Said, and then, you know, minus whatever tangents we go on because we're all super hyper. You know, it's been a really long time since all 3 of us drank on the same time on this podcast, and clearly we are fucking hyper right now. It is true.
Those bird stories, though, were building up in me. It's like, I mean...
She got radicalized by bird stories.
It's lovely to watch.
Birder.
Yeah. There's also there's a couple of scrub jays in the front that like live in the front.
I don't know if I would even know what that is.
We have
yeah.
Well, you talked about scrub jays here too, right?
Well, Gabby once, like, we had a whole thing with the baby scrub jay on the day that we ran a marathon, and she like brought it in the house. And
okay.
We thought it was but then it was fine. But we took it to the SPCA and they taught us how to put it back in. It was a whole thing. So yeah, there's a couple of scrub jays in the front, and then there's also like a lot of hummingbirds all around. It's yeah. It's a but those hawks, I got really excited, and just like boom. I don't know if the quail is not standing watch for the hawk and that other random brown bird that I'm like, you guys are friends. If that's not what's going on, I kind of don't even want to know. I like it that way.
That's fair.
You know what?
I like this
You
theory.
live your truth.
It is up to you to decide. You discover your destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
It is 2025. You can exist in a world of your own facts.
Exactly. Like facts don't matter. You can have Lamperley alternative facts at the house. It is totally fine.
Everybody else is doing it.
Yep.
Yes.
Be bird pilled.
Bird pilled. Oh my god, we gotta read the Andy email. We gotta
Okay.
read the email.
I don't think he read about birds.
I don't think you
Too
remember.
bad.
Okay, so Andy writes in this anniversary and Andy's virginity. Hey, broads. Happy anniversary. 9 years, 405 episodes, and for me, 0 sexual partners. Woo! I'm trying to go to these new social situations with reasonable expectations that I'll have fun and be more sociable and not add a lot of pressure. Like you said, some event I go to may not yield a date, but it could put me on the path towards meeting a special someone or maybe some other positive change in my life. Exactly.
Mhm.
But I'll probably stick to events with more adults. Yeah.
That sounds, healthy.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you tried birding?
Yeah.
Don't bird pill Andy.
Yeah, spoken like someone who's been totally bird pilled.
And it continues. Anyway, it's been pretty quiet this week, so I'll wish you 3 a happy anniversary again. Here's to many more good times ahead. Hashtag 9 years with hers, Andy.
Woo.
Thank you, Andy.
Whew. All right. We have a message she said, and then we can finish up. And then we do our toast real quick. Okay. Message she
Yes.
said. Here we go.
At the rate we're going, I'm exhausted. I can't do 4 years of this.
Yeah, stand by that.
Mm.
Cool. That feels great. Cool.
There's a lot of work to be done in that area.
I would recommend going back and giving it another try.
We all came together because we care about America.
Taking back the flag.
Everybody was watching Andor at the same time. Watch Andor wave the flag. I think we need to do both.
Oh,
I
got
think
it.
we need to do both.
Sorry.
Oh, that is one. Oh gosh.
Sorry. Yeah. Whew. I wonder if anyone got wrapped in the face with one of those. Whapped.
Wrapped.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder.
I wonder too.
What were some of the big ones?
Let me move my screen so that way I can watch you guys at the same time.
You got to work that thing out.
Ooh.
It's just one of the reasons why I stay so hydrated.
Try to take it in a different way. All right.
Oh,
I realize that I'm in the squeaky chair right now. There we go. Okay. Sorry. Let me unsqueak. All right. A toast, ladies. And the fact that even though this is one of the something they can never take away, no matter what they try to make illegal. Here's a toast to the 3 of us. Tomorrow there'll be P of us. Anyway, no, happy 9th birthday. This is
Happy
crazy.
9th birthday.
You guys are
9 years
you're
of
simply
Tuesdays.
the best. Yes,
Yeah.
9 years of Tuesdays.
9 years of Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And you two are, 2 of my very bestest friends because
Aw.
I trust you guys so much. And even with the things that we've edited out, I've told you guys, I trust you guys so much and I love you guys. And 9 years of Tuesdays.
9 years of Tuesdays. Oh,
It's been a
cheers.
wild 9 years, and yeah,
It has.
It has been a
I
wild
think-
9 years.
my sanity has remained intact a large part because of our Tuesdays.
Yay! Mine too. And
Mhm.
Tuesdays
and
with
you know,
broads.
yeah,
Tuesdays
I-
with
Tuesdays with broads. And my sanity really hasn't remained intact. There's been a couple of times where I've had to, like,
Yeah,
change
I mean,
meds. And there's that one time that I
mostly.
did tell you guys I was, kind of suicidal. And then you guys canceled the episode and got me help with Jay. And then we were good. But, like, it's been a wild 9 years. And
It's been a wild 9 years.
I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for keeping the subject in it. I appreciate you both too. Love you both. And thank you for all the
Yeah, I'm looking
all the
forward to more
Tuesdays.
bird action and
And Andor, and there's so much to look forward to.
so much to look forward to, even in these crazy times in which there's not a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, you gotta find the good stuff.
Find the good stuff. So thank you guys for doing good stuff. And we've also, 10 years of Tuesdays, 9 years of Tuesdays. We've been through 9 years of elections together too, even if we
Yeah,
haven't
that's
recorded on
wild.
that exact night. And never forget that Obama was president
When we started, it really was a different era.
different era. Zachary was born under Obama. Alex was born under Trump, and Eden was born under Biden.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
yeah, fucking nuts. Only 10
Nuts.
years, crazy.
10 years.
Yeah, and now we're looking at pictures of Biden and Hunter and Jill at the on the set of Reacher, and I'm like, I want to be on the set of Reacher.
Hmm.
You guys watch Reacher?
No.
No.
Okay, I'll send you guys some videos.
Okay. Well, anyway.
It's a military
Cheers.
show, and he's fantastic. He's a big Democrat, but he plays a big military vet. And he did ballet and took like musical theater classes. And he was a classmate of Matt Gaetz in college, and he fucking read him for fucking filth when he was nominated for secretary or what was he nominated for? Whatever, the Pam Bondi, Attorney General. Anyway, yeah, Reacher. No, to 9 years.
To 9 years of hers.
9 years of hers. All right. Mwah. All right. So, on the risk of this turning into a first 3 years with hers, now that we've all drank copious amounts, we're gonna go and have fun. And I hope you all go and have fun. And we'll see you in 2 weeks on January 1st. Nope, not January 1st.
July. the other one of the other months that start with J.
July 1st, we're entering Jason's D, guys.
Oh my
Here we
god.
go.
Oh my
Already.
Already.
Yeah.
Man, that
Already.
came fast.
It's almost like last year. It's almost like yesterday that I was like, we're entering Jason's D's, guy. May Jason's D be warm and cozy and hard and fantastic.
Not hard. Not hard.
Not hard.
Not hard.
I mean,
Good hard.
like not difficult. Yeah.
Yeah, not difficult.
Yeah.
May it be pleasurable.
Yeah.
Let's hope
May it feel
Jason's D
good.
is pleasurable and feels good.
Yeah.
All right. On that note, thanks, guys. If you want to be a patron, patreon.com/JanJack. Check out the thank you to the patrons who contribute a certain level. The Eckhart, Rickner, Maggie, the Magnificent Joy of the Planet, and the Creepy Poopy Head Mailman. Vicky says, here's too many more years of I'm with hers. Yay.
Amen.
Amen, sister. And here's too many more years of you all listening to us still, because you guys are great. Like it's always a pleasure. Yeah, the broadcasters3@gmail.com. Give us a call 331-276-2373. All right. On that note, it is time for us. It's time. I don't know. I don't know what the song. All right, goodbye. We're gonna go. What do you got, Amanda? Sing us
I'm
out.
trying to think of what was Cynthia Erivo singing out?
Oh, what was she singing every day? It was so awkward, and it was funny once, and
It was
then you know how I don't know.
But anyway,
Yeah. We're gonna go defy gravity or whatever. All right,
we're
bye.
gonna bye.